Hello and welcome. This is Diana, and you are watching Holistic Vibes. This is going to be for the sign of Leo. Hello, Leo. My voice all of a sudden got kind of a bit on the raspy side. Um, and I almost forgot what decks I was going to be using, which I found kind of interesting. So if you can, just go ahead and ground yourself. Okay. So you may find it a need. It's kind of crazy. Who knows? Maybe this reading will be a struggle bus, Leo. But I truly believe that there is nothing that is by accident. Everything is a sign. Everything is a intuition or an insight that is needing to come out or through. Right? We are all conduits of the divine. Those that are walking with souls. And you very well may be kind of identifying within your reality, like who has been the dream thief, who has been seeding and taking your ideas or keeping you in a state of binding, right? You can have like anchor points. Think of um, the trapped, what deck is that? Is it this deck? I don't know. Maybe it's right here. I don't know. Um, I don't know. There's something that they want me to show you. Maybe I'll use this deck. I wasn't planning on using this deck. Maybe I'll pause it. Okay, so I found it. Was not the deck I thought it was. But there's something in regards to this, like fear of money change or feeling like trapped in whatever direction you are going. And it's something about like rising above the thought forms that like you're continually thinking worst case scenario. What if it's best case scenario, right? Um, and this is the thing is you don't see the next level of the where you're going, and it's like God has to almost collapse everything to like break you already know this. Don't let the devil impede like the what you know is true, what is value, what is honesty, right? The impediments and the entrapments of the mind. You may have a friend with dreadlocks, just saying. The impediments of the mind, the impediments of where there is it's almost like there is a injustice that feels like robbery, right? That feels like there was a betrayal. There was like you had a lot of faith in whatever you trusted at this point. It could be a union, it could be a partnership, it could be an employment, it could be a friendship, right? You take it however it falls for you in your reality. Like you're gonna be able to see the puzzle pieces. My job is to kind of try to give you insight so that you have a little more knowledge, or it sparks a little bit of awareness as you're proceeding forward, right? Because there's ancient magic that is unfolding at this time. And it's like stay away from somebody if you are looking for like financial partnership or inspiration or a insight, like this is coming to you. It's like a co-collaborative energy where you follow you finish each other's sentences, you follow where the other goes. It's like the thought forms just are stacked and simultaneously, like you probably could say the same word as you're speaking, right? Like it's like that kind of an energy. Um And so it's kind of reiterating that you need to plan for it. The narcolepsy, that like falling asleep but being awake, right? It's that something sudden out of nowhere, all of a sudden there's like a reverse effect. There's a reverse ripple. Like whoever has been impeding you, it's almost like they didn't realize like who they were fucking with, in all honesty. Like, because a 33 in a alpha state, right? Because a Leo is an alpha, and it's holding the reins and being the magician, but allowing another to think that they are the ones that are controlling the pathway. It's literally like you're flipping the script on somebody like at such a rapid rate. It's almost like you have some kind of activation to see through all the ripples of the lies and the manipulation. It's kind of like whatever timeline you happen to like thread onto, you're able to look at it from every single perspective, because they're saying it's not just one. There is an amplitude of different pathways that you're able to see instantaneously, like through your cognitive awareness or your reset or your third eye, or like maybe you have the gift of foresight. Maybe you come from Native American lines. Um, but there's something about, what's that movie called? Is it like called The Shadow or something? Something having to do with the fray? Like, so what it is they put like truth in scripts, and knowingly, unknowingly, I don't know, there's a bit of manipulation that happens with all of that anyway, right? But there is some kind of a fundamental understanding. Maybe is it Shadow and Bones or something is what I'm hearing. So maybe you need to look on Netflix and see if you can find um that movie. I don't know why, but there's something in regards to some kind of theft of like maybe it's intellectual property, or there's insight, or there was a delay in you proceeding forward. And so you're going to see, because again, the energetic grid overall, if it puts out technology, it's going to ripple the technology through the grid. Somebody's going to pick it up, right? Like Tesla, Franklin, there were like 3 or 4 guys that were essentially like playing with energy and the understandings of during that period in time. Um, what was the Bell, and I don't know. There's 2 other guys. I don't know why Carnegie wants to come to mind, but I've been reading a lot of books, but that also could be something. There's also something about like a revisiting of like that grandiose time, maybe wealthy families, or like understanding the opulence that took place and how we've shifted so far from like the way that they were living during those periods. I don't know. Um, for you indigos, like your auras might really feel like they are like out the house right now. Maybe some of you have been kind of going or recataloging like your past loves, or like the how you ended up in the love that you're in currently, and like the yeah, with that last full moon, and just kind of like this revisiting or honoring of like the where you currently are versus, and maybe that's causing movement, right? Maybe there was like some kind of a release or some kind of an honoring or some kind of a clarity that or maybe there was somebody else who was coming into the possibilities. There's this shift through like a state of gratitude, or a state of like pause and refinement. It's almost like there's a activation that happened with this moon where you released like whatever past loves or whatever lessons that you've taken to up to this point, right? And like through your honoring of your own self-care, your own healing, the way that you kind of have romanced yourself, you activated some kind of a particular pathway. And in that pathway, you are stepping into like your own divinity, your own earnesty. It's kind of like you like claimed out and said, like, I don't want my past. I don't want my the again with the eagle. They said there's something with this higher perspective in a it's like almost like being in a state of like a nurturing kind of love, a they just keep saying like it's something that you're going to enjoy like back in the old days, like however they spent their time. And remember, like, we didn't have the technology, we weren't driving all over the place, we were very much in a community driven base environment back in the day. And so maybe that's like something that you're going to kind of be calling back to you, like it's an old world kind of love. um Again with the lion, maybe there's a Taurus is relevant. It could be like a complementary, like maybe you have a Venus. I don't know, they're just showing me like there's prominent placements. Or Scorpio. Could be cat ear or dragon. Snake. Something shifted in the year of the snake where there was like a alchemical balance in your chakra systems, where something released in your solar plex. Somebody also asked for divine intervention in how you were, how things have been unfolding. Maybe they haven't been unfolding the way that you've wanted them to unfold, or maybe there has been like a lack of fulfillment and you're asking for divine intervention. Just kind of know that it never comes the way you think it's going to come. And so honor that shift in possibility, because it's kind of hit out of nowhere, right? It's just all of a sudden going to like go from being at a standstill to being super accelerated into like the vibrational frequency of what you desire. And for me, like, I'm getting a hard hit, like Mediterranean, like Greek, Roman. It feels like that kind of energy. But you get to choose your path. It's kind of like if you've sat in it for as long as you've sat in it, like if you've been in a state of like woundedness or angst or unsure of like what door is opening, you have to like pause and understand that you hold the key to like your own future, right? Like what do you want? Because like as somebody who stood stagnant for quite a long time, like right in a place of reflectiveness, in a state of like waiting on, it's kind of like the world is not going to stop moving. So it's like, if you want it, go out and fucking get it. If you desire to like recreate your environment, or if you want a higher vibe people around you, or you want a more intuitive, a more angelic, a more divine um relationship, then like you have to pull that to you. It's like, how do you show up in that vibration, right? And how are you moving about in your reality? And it's kind of like reactivating whatever they're saying um constitution. It's kind of like as you speak to your mirror, so your mirror speaks to you. And like subconsciously, consciously, you're having a co-collaborative communication. And so It's like as you release the judgment of the where you've been, of the what you've experienced, of the how things have unfolded the way they've unfolded, like you then open way to an open state of new possibilities, right? And they gave me this the other day, is if you've been in an environment where you are in fact a light worker, like you bring in divine, like you spread light, you are able to see people just as they stand, and you show reverence and honoring, but you also don't sugarcoat the truth. Like you are just transparent and you give them what they need at that period of time in those moments. And like through like your reflections or through the pause, it's kind of like they're giving you exactly what direction or how you need to move in this next phase. And it's like kind of like pausing and reflecting and like you allowing yourself to align into your highest path. And so, yeah, if you want a old world kind of love, like you then write that out. If you want a co-collaborative, relationship, write it out. If you want to grow old with somebody, write it out. It's honoring the journey to where you have to get to there to here, right? And it's also understanding like the person you encounter is not going to be you. Yeah, they may have quite a bit of compliments, or they may have a lot of triggers, right? But it's the honoring in the journey of like, even though you can telepathically communicate to somebody, because that's kind of what I'm getting. This is like a next kind of level love, right? It's kind of understanding thought frequency, and understanding how to strengthen the third eye and the telepathic communication of the decalcification of the pineal gland is going to like help you to create in a way that you've never seen before. It's kind of like I'm getting somebody is street smart, um, and somebody is business smart. And it's kind of also too what they're reiterating with me is it's like you can very well still show up and be kind-hearted, open-hearted, non-judgmental, but you can still have that inner, I don't want to say it's like an inner hood, but it's like an inner, like where you've been around the block, where you've seen a lot of things, where you know a lot of behaviors, right? And so just because you don't action or react, like you allow people to have enough rope and you let them hang themselves, right? Their behavior at some point is going to slip up and dictate. And that is like the art of war, right? If you've never read the book, read the book. It's amazing. You can listen to it, but it's tactical execution. The best offense is a defense, right? Or the best defense is an offense. But it's kind of honoring like your alignment to where you've gotten so that things can proceed forward. It's kind of like experiencing people, seeing the situations, but then it happens again. And you're like, what the hell is going on? Like, why is this happening again? I've already done this. I've already seen this. I've already responded to it differently. But then in actuality, like things are responding exactly the same way as it once was. Right. And so then that can create a stutter step of sorts where you then all of a sudden start falling back into old patterns, right? Like, because you're triggered, your inner child is triggered, your nervous system is like, holy shit, fight or flight, like, what am I going to do, right? And so then you react, and you are, again, that's that spiritual narcolepsy is what they're saying. Like, those are the cadences, right? And so maybe you need to call on Aphrodite and ask for inner guidance, ask for, the inner in you to be fully awakened and to come online. Like the law of intuition, no longer monitoring other people's opinions. We connect with our heart and intuitive wisdom. And I really think like that's the core of the whole thing, right? Yes, it's great to have people that you can rely on, that you can communicate with, but like in the end, you are the oldest soul on the planet, right? Well, technically, I think it's Aquarius is, oh, Pisces is the oldest soul, but it's really like you holding on to like your energetic frequency, and it says hold on to your ideal. God is just testing to see if you're ready and done with that shit. Right? So like where is it that you've repeated crappy patterns? Like where is it that you've attracted the same crappy people? Like how more, because at a certain point it's not about like you holding space and allowing somebody to evolve, right? No, it's you're fucking up and you keep attracting the shitty people that are causing the same loopholes. And in the moment, like you have to go, oh motherfucker, I see you. I see your shitty behavior. I see your energy that you're holding on to. You can't hide it from me. I see the root and the core of all the bullshit and all the games, right? And like once you throw it out on the table, and you honor the fact that like you are intuitive as fuck, like you are an alpha, and it's like, and until you do that, like you are holding and filling up your own cup. You don't need energies outside of you to fill your cup because you've already got 9. They're only coming with 1, right? They're only coming with the offering. And so it's like as you get onto your laurels and as you start like honoring like your own truths and the way you want to walk into the world, like your frequencies instantaneously elevate, and you're not impeded by those knives. Those knives are essentially they were there to put a barrier of protection, right? But once you realize you are the protection, like entities are scared to shit of you. Like you are walking truth. Like you have guardian angels, not just one. You have guardian angels surrounding you. And so like as you tap into the old magic, as you tap into like your own inner strength, and you start reflecting on your old pathways, like the how you were moving previously in past relationships, in past like partnerships, in past business relationships, and you understand exactly like where you were not in your own God goddess energy, where you were not whole and super aligned with creator, like, and you wobbled because of what people were projecting onto you, like that's going to be like your massive shift. And when you do that, and I would write this out, by the way, and when you do that, like you're literally going to turn your own wheel. And when you turn your own wheel, you're stepping into a divine, inner state of bliss, right? Like you step into your own Eden once you start recognizing, oh, this is a karmic pattern. I wonder why I'm being currently tested. Well, I'm not going to feed this one, right? Like my friend always tells me, what wolf are you feeding? You know, and yeah, you can go down the shit sandwich, right? You can go down the boohoo, oh, poor me. Like, God, I can't believe this is happening to me. But like at a certain point, you have to flip the script and you have to like pull up your bootstraps and you got to go, you know what? I signed up to be here. I'm a fucking warrior. And it's time for me to step into my true divine purpose and step into my passion of what it is I truly want to do in this lifetime. Right. And it's like once you take ownership and you no longer allow the circumstances to be your main factor, like you then start walking in divine truth and you are your conscious creator, right? And then shit really starts aligning like very rapidly because you're like, how did this happen? You just turned the dial. You just got on the right channel. And every time that you wobble, and every time you go down a negative paradigm, like pause and allow yourself to say, yo, this is the old me trying to come back out. Well, why is that coming if I've already learned the lesson? Like, why is it revisiting itself now? Like, what is that pathway? What's the other pathway that apparently it's trying to pull me from focus, right? Because the old will only come up if it's trying to keep you from moving from your highest and best timeline. And so it's like asking and recalibrating to a 0 point neutral is what they said, is going to then activate. There's kind of like an aligning of the spirits, right? They said that there's something in, and maybe this is for you specifically, like when you activate or when you light a Catholic candle, it like holds the spark of memory for that spirit, right? And it's honoring their journey of crossing over. I think that's what it means. Don't quote me on it. I'm not Catholic. I am spiritual though. And I do have saints, and I have a couple of religious masters that walk with me. But there's something in regards to you also like honoring the fact that you have the same. It's kind of like there's no differentiation besides the level of incarnation. You know, I mean, I'm a Scorpio, and the way I look at it, Aries is the first, so Leo would be 5 incarnations in to the life path of the 33, right? When you make it to Pisces, you're on your way out. Like your road has ended. You've learned your lessons unless you've opted to create karma, right? Then you come back and you do Pisces again. But hopefully we all start like through our incarnation cycles, understanding our lessons and our purpose and the why we've chosen to incarnate. That's confirmation for somebody out there. And through that reflectiveness, through that reflective point, like you then really get to kind of understand the why you've sat in what you've sat in for so long. The how hard the game of life really is, right? It's like understanding the incarnation cycles. And then the thing is you're going to understand, or you're going to get more remnants of the exact karmic cycles. Like you're going to see more people that are just like that. And then it's like, whoa, why is this happening? What's going on? Right. And so it's, reflective state of understanding that you are walking magic. Like what you see, what you want, what you believe can come into being. It's through your own exploration and connecting with your guides, your guardians, and asking for assistance, and then enjoying the process to the building, right? Like I think it's Gary V that always says you have to enjoy the process, but like when you're grinding it out, you maybe necessarily don't love the process, and you don't feel lucky, and you don't feel like all these things, right? But you don't want to shoulda, coulda, woulda. You want to go through and like line into your highest timeline, like pay attention to the channel that you are attuned to and how consciously you're actively choosing the different channel, right? It's through your conscious awareness, through your magi. You are pushing forward like your timeline. So regardless of what's happening around you, continually focus on the what you wish to pull into being, right? I'm going to leave that there. Is there okay, yeah, I'll get one of those. I'm going to pull one card. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I'm not pulling the card. I'm going to let them pop out. And Kuan Yin has been popping up throughout the day, because I'm always kind of tempering the energy prior to doing a reading. Because if it's sticky or icky, if I'm not doing a release energy, I don't want to hold on to that kind of energy. Yeah, it definitely your healing energy and honoring that, yeah, through ease and grace. Like through ease, grace, and honor, like how are you experiencing grace? Yeah, ask, receive, be open. Allow, maybe you want to work with Green Terror or Paul the Venetian, because obviously like they are deities. He's more in regards to like gifts, and I believe it was an artist energy worker, if I'm not mistaken. And Green Terra, protect, you're protected, cords are being cut. Like, ask her to do some cord cutting ceremonies with you. Just know that, like, if this is over old past relationships, the minute you cut those cords, those people will be calling you, reaching out to you, trying to get reconnected, reacclimated into your energy, because that is part of the what they do. And so, like, honoring that process and just give that inner knowing of, you know, that you are divinely protected. You know that the energies being cut away are supposed to be cut away. You don't need them, nor do you want them. And then allowing yourself that space to kind of recapitulate in that energy so that you can get ready for whatever journey is going to be opening up. I believe we've got one more eclipse in October, if I'm not mistaken. And there's going to be a lot of energy shifts and a lot of planetary alignment movements. Remember, everything's kind of aligned right now, so it's time for you to start moving forward and implementing what it is that you wish to create in your future and how you want to manifest it to you, right? That push and pull, that variation of your inner majesty, right? So I'll leave that there. If something in this resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you would like a reading or a healing, you can go to HolisticVibes.org. Everything is listed there, and there is a link below that is just going to my website. Until next time, be well and ciao.